Okay, welcome to another Game Fan stream. The Reaper book now funding.
Yeah.
Reaper book now funding one on.
Yeah, very smooth.
Hey, listen, I'm not a.
Reaper book one funding now on Indiegogo. Please consider backing it if you have not already. We could really use the funding.
Well, Trisha could use the funding.
Yeah, well, my money is your money, babe.
I guess so. It's not. It makes it sound like I wrote it, and it's all Trisha.
Aw. I guess you helped edit it, so there's that.
Yeah, I didn't help that much though.
Aw.
I'm not like a real. I was gonna say butts to nuts, but I don't know. Nuts to butts. Yeah. Anyway, that expression never really made a lot of sense to me.
I've never heard that expression before.
Nuts to butts. That's like it's like a more like funny way of saying I'm right behind you. It's like nuts to butts. Like I don't know. Anyway, I'm not really doing that much on the thing. I'm just kind of reading it over.
Yeah, although a lot of the feedback definitely helped push it in the right direction. And, you know, that's something that not a lot of people talk about all the time, is how much a story can change and develop for the better when you're able to get feedback from somebody.
Yeah.
Part of the reason why beta readers are so important.
Yeah, that's very true. It's like yeah, like anyone who's done any amount of writing can commiserate that it's very hard to get people to read your stuff.
Yeah, even harder to get them to talk about it after reading it.
Yeah, I think also. Yeah, and then there's also like the whole population of people that are like mentally flashbanged by reading something, where they like, it's like, oh, I like that book, and it's like, what did you like about it? And it's like, I don't know. I don't remember.
I just liked it.
They're like, I don't remember a single part of it, and it's like, huh.
Doesn't sound like you really liked it that much.
And then they're like, by the way, I'm a really fast reader, and it's like, do you remember this?
If you don't remember the stuff that you read,
you
didn't read it.
You might be zoning out and skimming
Yeah, really.
of everything that you read. I talked to a professional editor who said that. I was like, God damn, man. I mean, when he's editing, he's marking stuff as he goes, but like when he's reading like for his own enjoyment, he's just like skimming and daydreaming, which is like,
oof.
You know, fair enough. I guess Oh, am I sneaking? I am sneaking. Okay.
You're a sneaky boy.
Do you have a dagger? No. I have a dagger. Oh, no, I don't have a dagger. I do have a dagger. Okay, good.
Hey, Jamie Rose, welcome to chat. Says hi.
Willkommen.
We are
Alright.
continuing our Daggerfall playthrough as Ichabod. Woo!
So I should start talking to the royal fiefdoms of these territories. Sentinel, Wayrest is the Dark Elf. Okay, so I'm not doing nothing. I gotta do your quests, I guess. Oh, you know what? Let's we don't want to hunt for a lycanthrope. It's not really worth it, is it? Let's go giant killing. Yes. Yes, we're gonna go to the tomb of Barogoth. It's kind of cool spelling. I like it. I'm in. Now, before we go to the tomb of Barogoth, let's go join the guild. The guild of stuff. What's this? Kirkcart Wood. Whoop. Hell yeah, climbing mode activate. It's okay. What do we got? Fighters Guild. Okay, I've been to this town before. Clearly. Mages Guild. What do you think? You think it's going to be an Archaeologist Guild? Let's pray to...
Jamie Rose says, Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, happy St. Patty's Day. I've got, like, some percentage of Irish in me.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know if I have any Irish in me.
Well, it's I guess I can't really say I don't know. I have some amount of, like, Celtic admixture, but that could just be because I'm part German. So the Celts were in Germany and then moved to Ireland and Scotland and stuff. So my connection could go further back. I don't know. But, like, I have some amount of, like, that kind of thing.
Yeah, Jamie says, I'm Irish/Scottish. Very cool.
If one of my kids one day is, like, a massive, like, weeaboo for, like, Celtic mythology, then I'll tell him he's part Celtic and he'll be very excited. But
of course.
We are 100% Holy Roman Empire. Where is this? Oh, is this a Knights Guild?
Man, that guy's really tucked away in the corner there.
I know, he's just in a closet.
In a closet.
Dude, is this like the door from Nightfire at the end of the
That is
second
a very special door,
part?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, dude, what's going on?
So is this like the order of receive house? Yeah. Oh. That's what you do? You give houses out? Alright, I'll join this guild.
Receive house. Yeah.
Ah, Ichabod, your reputation precedes you. The Knights of the Dragon?
Oh, dude.
Dracula?
Dude. Ichabod wants to be a knight. This fits in lore.
Always has room for a skillful knight of high moral standing. I humbly ask that you join our ranks. Of course.
Yes, please.
Then consider yourself one of the ranks of the proud Knights of the Dragon. Bro. Destroying Christendom's enemies. You shall begin as an aspirant. Though your rank in the Knights of the Dragon is low, in Daggerfall our reputation will follow you. Do not be surprised when you learn that no Daggerfall innkeep will charge you for a room. It is an honor paid to all the Knights of the Dragon. Fuck yeah.
Sweet. Now we're getting somewhere, huh?
You don't have any quests for me. You're just a guy that gives out houses. What's over here? Oh.
Gives out
Guys,
houses and night ship.
Why do you have this courtyard? This is...
That is a bit silly, huh? If you ever want to look at the stars, we're gonna build a hot tub here in like about 1,500 years.
Well, not to throw a stick into the cogs of your logic machine, but they had hot water.
Yeah, just not there.
Yeah.
You would need like an
Gondestir.
underground volcano.
I'm liking that name. It's a kind of like random like connections of parts, but
Hey,
Gondestir.
Eric Lowry, welcome to the chat.
Welcome.
Asking, are we re-rolling our character or did we join a guild?
We joined a guild because don't worry, we're still Ichabod.
Yep.
Do you give out quests? You fucking give out quests? What do? You don't do anything. You're just a hobo. You're a hobo. But the guy who looks like a hobo is your guild master? Guys, this is what happens when you randomly assign character models. This doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's get a quest. Retribution sounds more based. Oh wait, the princess. What do you want? Oh shit. Yeah, I'll track him down.
Okay. We get to kill a traitor!
The ruins of Castle Gaerton in the west. You're not turned in 23 days? You'll be forfeit.
Hey, love to draw. Welcome to chat.
Welcome. A pleasure to have you guys here.
Eric asking, why is the guild master crashed on the floor like a goblin? You know.
Longtown. Hey.
Perfect for you.
You know what they say about folks in Longtown. Well, folks, I guess we should specify specifically the men. If you've got big, long boobs, you're kind of in rough shape.
Oh yeah.
actual knockers.
Clackers.
Yeah, actual fucking clackers. Wow, this is very, like, spooky night music.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, it's quite the aesthetic.
You know, it would not have been very hard at all to make third person in this game.
No, not at all.
Because, like, I understand that it would be, like, a flat third person,
Yeah,
and it would look a little shitty, but, you know, this game kind of looks shitty already, so I'll take it.
Maybe it's because of all the extra character animations for, like, stabbing and shit.
Yeah, could I just have, like, the warrior guys, like, third person walking animation? I'll take a room for a day. Oh, it's free for a night such as me? Well then, may I have 1,000? Oh. Can I have 900? Can I have 999 days? You're asking for too many days into the future? How about... What is the limit? Okay. 199? Of course. For 199 days, I have the room to myself.
Sweet.
Or 200, I asked for a day before. Alright. Sweet. Let's say 12 hours, because I don't want to check what time it is.
Sick music, man.
Okay. It's always funny, like, when you walk around in the... Yeah, you always find, like, the...
Some whore.
Hey, that's a warrior, clearly.
Oh, yeah.
Hey there, would you... Would you like to make 278 gold pieces just by performing what I'm told in mercenary circles? The old switcheroo. I like how... Man, I don't like this. I hate this. See this quotation mark over here? It's facing the wrong way. Get your shit together, Daggerfall.
Yeah, really?
No. Listen, if you can't point your quotation marks the right way, I'm not doing any espionage for you. It's a general rule. Okay. So 12 hours, it should be daytime. Perfect. Now we're going to join the Archaeology Guild, because I've miraculously become smarter. You look like the guild master. Fuck. Alright. I'm gonna... He looks like the right one, but I'm thinking just by the positioning of the people in the room, it's gotta be this guy with a broom. Fuck. You? It is that guy, huh? Okay. Join guild. Yes, you seem like a suitable candidate. Wow, that's incredible. I'm glad I'm suddenly suitable. I wonder if nothing happened. Alright, anyway.
It was a good try. You know who did the music for Daggerfall, guys?
Jeremy Soule?
No. Eric Heberling. Pretty cool, right?
I guess. Okay, so...
apparently there was also a Wheel of Time video game, and he did the sound for that.
Huh. I gotta finish reading that. I got distracted by Lord of the Rings, and then I didn't finish Lord of the Rings either. Just like...
There's too much cool fantasy stuff to read.
I'm a dirty, dirty fantasy slut. I'm like bouncing around. Alright, let's see. This room, I guess, is always the one. Yeah. Locator devices, baby. You currently have one holy relic in your possession, so you can purchase up to that many discounted locators at this time. Okay. Yeah, we need one of those for fucking sure.
Yeah.
Bye. Yeah, okay, fine. Can I buy more? You don't have any, so you can't offer you any discounts. That's fine. These things are so necessary. I'm gonna do 2 dungeons, so I'll just blow all my fucking money on it.
David Myers, welcome to chat. Says, man, the words I hear every time I enter the chat. What did you hear this time?
I said nothing. Okay. Guy's like fucking me over completely. But that's the only way you can do quests in this goddamn game is with those locator devices, so. If we need money, I can just wander around the streets of Hammerfell, playing grand. Is there like a medieval term for like theft? Grand thieving horse? I don't know. Grand larceny horse?
Theft is,
Yeah, theft, yeah. Okay, let's go to
Nova.
Up Tower more. Welcome, welcome. Oh, dirty, dirty slut. Oh.
As soon as you enter chat.
Wow, I said,
You really do have great timing, David.
I said dirty, dirty fantasy slut. It's totally different.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there it is. Get fucking shanked, bitch. Heh. What do we got? Small statue? Oh, let's, yes. Reeves, an arrow. I'm not gonna wear those, because I don't think I can. I'm not gonna wear a magic toga. Will I wear a magic cloth amulet? Possibly.
Looking to spice up your look?
No, I'm just trying to get rid of the unnecessary weight that I'm carrying. So
That's always a good idea.
Yeah. I don't think I need the loincloth. Possibly ever, but...
Don't think I need to be carrying this horse around.
Yeah, I don't think I can get rid of the horse. The lock has nothing to fear from me. Alright. Let's cut it towards me. Mummy. Get out of here. Mumbra. Yeah, killing that mummy is more profitable than doing this entire quest.
Wow. Alrighty.
Well, not really. The quest is like 300 and he just dropped 192, so.
Yeah, that's pretty considerable.
Okay. Yeah. We have aquatic rats.
Well, the water doesn't look that bad. Considering,
Well, this is run on the Unity engine, so I assume it's the Unity water asset, which kind of means water in Unity looks like complete garbage.
Yeah, there you go.
Man. Yeah, the whole thing where like you're allowed to change your terms of service after someone's already signed it is fucking ridiculously retarded.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
So what am I supposed to do with these? Like, obviously this is a door I open, but other than casting ye olde no clip, I don't understand how I get through the doors.
Are you supposed to go down there in the first place?
Well, I mean, obviously it's not like just the regular floor where there's nothing there. There's obviously like a tunnel you're supposed to be able to go through. And there's no other way through this area, right? Unless I'm missing something. It seems to me this is like the way to go through.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I could go back the other way I came, but I mean, it does seem like I am meant to... Oh, that's the giant. Huh. Interesting. Sneak preview. Yeah, it does seem like I am meant to be able to get into that water. Although, does it lead anywhere afterwards? It leads to a slaughterfish.
Yeah, knowing that these dungeons are super duper random, I don't trust anything.
Yeah, I would be very reticent to like have a kid play this game because I don't want them to learn the lesson of if you spend like 4 hours on a dungeon, it'll be I don't want them to think like, oh, if I spend 4 hours on something, it could be entirely pointless and I should just never work hard.
Yeah, I should just give up immediately.
Yeah, I know from some mods that this texture is for a teleporter. This brick wall, that's supposed to be the teleporter texture.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've never used one successfully, but I have seen those random brick walls. I imagine this must be another teleporter. I don't know. Okay, so I guess we'll go back into this room, and then I'll like try and figure my way through going back the way I came.
Okay.
Rats.
No rats.
And I guess no clip isn't that much of an exploit if I can stand on a branch and then see the universe.
Jamie Rose says, I spent 2 years on something and it was entirely pointless. That thing was my art degree.
Well, I mean, this is an argument I've had before, but like, the thing you need is to be able to draw, and that's a valuable skill.
Yes.
The degree itself, like, it's like, hey, I need someone to draw something. Well, I have this piece of paper that says I can draw something, and it's like, oh, that's cool. So
can you actually do it?
yeah, can I see some of the things you've drawn? And they're like, wow, that looks like shit. And it's like, yeah, but like,
But I have the degree.
Burton Bott's Institute of Drawing says that I draw great. It's like, well, my eyes tell me you're a fucking retard.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that you learn a little bit too late is that a college cannot actually teach you how to be creative or how to draw well. Like, they can, like, go through the motions of teaching you the basics, but a lot of people are just gonna actually do the learning part on their own, solo, just by practicing and taking in new techniques.
Yeah, I think it's probably far more beneficial to have like an apprentice or something.
Yeah, an apprenticeship is very, very...
But you have to find someone really good.
Of course.
And someone who wants to have an apprentice. So it's like...
Also, hello, Gabe the Gen and Marshall.
Hi, Gabe.
Welcome to the chat.
Oh, I was gonna say, I forgot to say this when Marshall, this is like several weeks ago at this point, mentioned the idea of like a muzzle loader or something like that for like a sci-fi weapon. Interesting concept. I had already like thought of something in that mode, and like I said, I guess I don't want to like talk out of school about every single little like concept I'm like working on, but without going too far into detail on that topic, I don't know if you're familiar with Metal Storm. But that's something I was looking at. Well, not that I was looking at it recently. That's like an ancient thing in my my pad of ideas. Metal Storm. It's a weapon system where they have like bullets loaded end to end without any casings, so you can fit a lot more bullets in there, and then they all fire in like cascade. So like one after like the one in the front first, and then the second one. So like your accuracy is going to change kind of wildly, right? Because like the barrel length changes per shot. And it was just something that was like pitched to military and like, you know, the History Channel and stuff. Like in actual practice, probably would have a lot of issues. But it's very interesting. It's very sci-fi. So I was like looking to try and do something with that. The issue is it doesn't really feel like a very self-sustaining weapon. Like I would think. Like, ideally, if you're thinking about, like, your average consumer that is going to, like, live on a random space colony and have, like, you know, space rats to shoot, they're going to want a gun that has infinite ammo more than they're going to want a gun that, like, is, like, runaway full auto with a single trigger pull, so...
Yeah.
Seems like much more of a thing for, like, artillery or something. Not that it's going to stop me, because, you know, there's also, like... There's other stuff you could do, right? With, like... It depends on what you want the combat to look like, you know what I mean? Because there's also, like, if you think about, like, pike and shot or something... I mean, okay, so, well, I guess I'm getting too ahead of myself, but, like... I don't know. Like, well, I guess I'll finish that thought. If you look at, like, pike and shot or something like that, where it's, like, pirates and swords and stuff, they shoot, like, once, and then they kind of rush into melee or maneuver, right? So there's not like this protracted like shooting from cover type of thing going on. Oh, my silver Tonto has broken. So if you did have something like that, like well, if you imagine like Cyberpunk or something like that. Sorry, I have verbal tick. I keep on saying something like that. you have like super speed sometimes in sci-fi things. So if that's a factor, then you kind of want to just like shoot your one shot and then get into melee. Sort of like, well, I guess I should say like 40k works like that, right? You have a shooting phase and then everyone rushes into melee and then it's the melee phase. So if you have like some kind of universe where that's sort of the universal truth, a big metal storm muzzle loading shotgun thing would be,
Right.
exciting or whatever.
Yeah.
But in any case, I have seen the prototype tests, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
There are no moving parts, but one was interested, really. And no one was interested in it.
Oh. My brother and his liberal arts degree agree. Yeah. Yeah.
Marshall says, "Oh, how about a ray gun blunderbuss? It fires a single giant blast, and then the power is all used up. So you got to fight hand to hand."
Yeah, I mean that's like an idea, right? It depends on what you want your like combat to look like.
Yeah.
Part of me like gets it with the 40k thing where they're like, yeah, shooting phase and then you go into melee. Part of me gets it because and this is, coming from someone who hasn't written a lot of like modern stuff really, or anything, I guess. I've never published anything, right? It's all unpublished short stories. Just thinking about like Dungeons and Dragons, like running Dungeons and Dragons, I have noticed the most successful boss fights I've had have been the dynamic ones. So like something I would do is this just a fucked up texture? Yeah, it's just a fucked up texture. The invisible walls in this game they blend in completely. They don't like have any like indicator.
That's a pain.
I wonder, do I have to like level up now? Oh, I do have to level up my short blade and my stealth. You'll notice I suddenly know how to speak to spriggans, nymphs, dragons, and centaurs. I had a dream, and yeah, like Uriel Septim. I just dreamed, and now I'm all better.
Never been the master of my own dreams.
I've never been the master of my own dreams.
But I did talk very well.
Keep on getting visited by spriggans and nymphs, ho ho, and dragons, ho ho ho.
Yeah.
That's the requirements to join the Archaeologist Guild, and this game no worky without it, so we're in.
Yeah, that's how it be.
Speaking of, no fucking idea where to go. Let's activate a locator device. Use. I see a vibrant glowing disc in my mind. Okay, so that's where you have to go. That's the only hint it gives you, so you can like kind of navigate around and try to get to this direction, which in all truth might not even help me that much. Is that a randomly generated box?
I guess so. I would assume that there was stuff in it to loot.
Yeah, I would assume that too.
Yeah, Gabe the Gen says, anyways, hopefully everyone's doing good tonight.
Yeah.
I'm doing okay. I got considerable amount of work done today, so I think I can go to sleep satisfied.
Yeah. I had a dragon fight, and to kind of expand on what I was talking about with like the idea of the blunderbuss, the big blunderbuss ray gun, and then you have to fight hand to hand because you use up all the power in one shot. It's an interesting idea. Certainly, the folks over at Games Workshop have for generations, probably at this point, embraced that idea as like how the fighting works. You got chain swords and bolter pistols and stuff. Oh, that's a actual skeleton, not a undead skeleton. I was like, how come he didn't attack me? Guess it'd be rude to loot him after he didn't attack me.
Yeah, right. The good skeleton.
And like I said, my most The boss fights I've done that have been the most interesting have been the dynamic ones. Going into like the design of like a tabletop game, I was thinking that boss fights should have some kind of like noticeable progress to them, and to that end, I was thinking like bosses that can have parts of them destroyed makes some sense, and then maybe bosses that like bosses with phases too. But bosses with break off parts, I've only really tested that in like Adventure League, and generally people like didn't like it. They thought that I was like belittling them or something by making it easier as parts are broken off. Which honestly, they never noticed all the times I was belittling them by making it easier, so I don't think they should really worry about it too much. But I was not trying to make it easier. Okay, so you know what? I honestly cannot. Even with the cheating, I don't understand. Am I supposed to get in the water for this? What are they thinking? What's the plan? So this is what you can't get in, right? But if I go here, now I'm underwater. This doesn't lead anywhere, right? Oh, there's torches underwater.
Yep,
intriguing.
Makes total sense. Okay.
Oh no, it's not underwater. Okay, so in this area, got it. It is beneath the water line.
I'm sorry, we doubted you, Daggerfall.
Am I supposed to teleport to that room because there's that teleportation brick wall?
Maybe.
What are they thinking? Like, what? I mean, obviously there's no thinking because it's a robot designing this, but.
Right. Robots are stupid.
I don't even understand how I would do this. This connects up here. So if by some miracle I ended up in this corner. These are beds, it looks like. Oh, Jesus Christ. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, the dragon fight. The dragon fight I thought that I made the most interesting was a dynamic one. Meaning the dragon changed what he did each turn. Got dragon breath, right? But I made it a little bit more complex than that. I was like, they got fucked up by the dragon. Dragon retreats. It was like a blue dragon, right? So they're like lightning themed, and he's got a horn. So I was like, okay, what's that horn for? It's a lightning rod, right? So he goes to a tower, and then he like strikes his horn with the lightning instead of attacking them for a turn. And like he's like powering up or something, and then they spent the turn healing and like repositioning and stuff.
Right.
Something generally people don't handle well is like they liked it in that instance, and I don't really understand what I did to make that enjoyable, whereas other instances were not. A lot of times when I give players a turn to just heal and reposition, they get really mad and they're like, well, I can't attack the boss, he's too far away. And it's like, yeah, but you know, he can't attack you and you suck, so.
Hey Yeshua, welcome to chat. Says monsters are so cordial. Lighting torches.
I know, right? I think the scariest part of this dungeon, like if I'm imagining it like actually existing, are the torches, because that would suck all the oxygen out of this place like real fast. And the skeletons don't need to breathe, but I do. So.
Fair.
Holy
Love to
shit.
Draw says, I was in a Goodwill store looking for a new microwave or toaster oven, and honest to God, I heard two older women talking to each other, and one mentioned that her grandchild was named Reddit. That is a cursed name.
Oh my god. That, yeah.
You have cursed your child forever.
That's really like. Imagine being so worthless you name your kid Reddit.
David says, well, at least he can just go by Red, assuming it's a he, right?
Well, if it's a girl, she can go by Tit. Perfect.
No.
Like the bird, you degenerate. It's a bird. A tit.
Mm-hmm.
What were you thinking about?
Dumb.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you dumb. What do you think about that? So I've been through here, it looks like. So if I had gone up here, no, this is a dead end. So is this dungeon even solvable? Like, okay, there's dead rats here. So was that a wandering skeleton or me? So I saw a skeleton killing them before. I know I have that setting turned on.
Skeletons kill them too?
Yeah, I had the monsters have like factions. Makes the game slightly easier because they're not all attacking you in one team, but it doesn't really make sense that they would all attack you as part of a team. I've always hated that.
Okay, sure.
It's like monster team versus human team, because like the undead would all be on one side, but like
Yeah, you're right.
they might be maybe neutral to each other. I don't know, but like
The idea that they would coordinate and help one another is a little bit strange.
yeah. The mummy in a cage. Yeah, this is like some fucking LSD simulator shit right here. Alright, where is the disc that's supposed to lead me to the end of this godforsaken hellhole? Where am I, by the way? Like, what is this supposed to be? I'm hunting down a giant... Oh, it's a tomb. Fine. Tombs can be complicated, but sometimes it's like the basement of a farm, and it's like, are you insane?
Yeah, right? It's like, what the...
This
This is the
like
guy on Reddit who kept on digging the tunnels.
like a Malkavian farmer building
Half
his fun
farmer,
house.
half mole.
So stupid. No. Okay, let me like. How would I even get to this portion? Is this a secret wall? Okay, it is, but like, how the fuck would anyone ever know that without no clipping? Jesus, I can't even figure out.
Jamie Rose says the white dot below you. I don't know how far back it was.
Oh, there it is.
Ah.
But I'm trying to say like how I would have solved this if I like
If we weren't cheating, yeah.
yeah, I forfeit, right? Like I acknowledge this is not like okay. So if I started here, all right, this looks like I could figure it out from here, but I've already opened this door before, so clearly not. Yeah, I killed that rat, right? I saw a skeleton before. I don't know if there's still a skeleton. Okay, so...
This is a dead end.
So is it not solvable? I think I'm supposed to connect into there, right? And then get... You know, fuck this.
Marshall says, we lived on the farm when I was a kid, and the basement actually looked like a dungeon. I was afraid to go down there. Then how do you know it looked like a dungeon? Huh?
I can guarantee you your basement was not this complex.
Of course.
Basements are kind of dungeons to kids, though. I guess maybe that's why no one ever questioned it until now. All right, we'll start from here.
I would love to have a dungeon basement. This sounds awesome. In general, I like it when the basement is like fully done, right? And then they call it the den. Ooh, go hang out in the den.
Sometimes people would have like a family room and a den. Like I went over this like a rich family's house, Their story was super interesting. I only like learned the dirt of it like later, but you know.
Or Honeydew says, I'd buy prop Skellymans just for the display. Yeah. Get some chains and tie them up in the dungeon.
Now, what do you guys think about making the skeletons have expressions? Like, because the skeletons in... Oh, jeez. Giant roars in pain.
I'm only okay with it if the skeletons have to have emotion. If they're like just emotionless puppets, no expression.
What the fuck?
There were two of them?
He spawned in the room I was in.
Yikes.
Okay.
Yeah, David Meyer says, I grew up in a house with a den and a game room. The game room was just a converted garage, though.
Did you also...
That still sounds awesome.
Did you also have a family room? I've never had a den. I've had a family room and a living room.
Oh, right. I've never had a den either.
Den sounds very exotic.
It sounds nice.
I was over the rich family's house, and they had a family room and a den, and like they had a third floor that they just like didn't use
At all?
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Wow.
we played hide and seek there, but
Okay, sure.
it was just an extra floor full of like old furniture and dust. Lots of dust.
Eric Lowry says, I like making skeletons have expressions. They did that with Skeletor back in the day, and it was good fun. Yes, but Skeletor is also a character that needs expressions, because he's like a real character with emotions and stuff.
Okay.
Whoop.
So I understand that he summoned his like pals or whatever, but summoning, like yelling and having someone enter the room is different than
Oh, yeah.
like yelling and then having someone teleport into the room.
That's pretty fucked up.
Because I was like watching the hallway, being like, okay, they're gonna come in from the hallway, and then he spawned where my camera wasn't facing. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's cool, but no, my lord, no. Okay. So now we go back to Uptower more. Find Uptow. It's like MGTOW, but upper.
Yeah. If you had a dungeon in the basement, though, that'd be pretty sick to like host your D&D games there.
Oh yeah. That's like the dream, right? To have a really expensive, like nice gaming table with like drawers for people's character sheets.
Yeah.
Be so sick. You have to have a lot of friends to like make that actually like...
Have our potion lamps everywhere.
Oh, bro. Dude. Here's a random cute story for you. I saw...
Should we save it for the end?
I'll just retell it at the end.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Most people don't make it to the end, so... This will pay you back for all the other, like, the shitty streams. There's, like, this... Yeah, there's one of those companies that just, like, makes that, like, nerdy trash you don't really need. And, they had a potion lamp, and I remember thinking, like, wow, that'd be so fucking cool. This is at, like, the dawn of, like, tons of nerdy merchandise stuff. And I was like... And I remember thinking, like, I can't buy that for myself. I don't need that. But that would be such a sick gift. And then I had this thought, like, man, it'd be nice if people gave me, like, gifts. like gifts that, like, were, like... sort of like personalized instead of like a, I don't know,
Right.
a gift card or something or whatever. I was at an age when I saw the lamp initially where like my friends when my friend when he had his first birthday in middle school, so his first birthday in 5th grade, so that would have been 10. Did he turn 11 then, or 12? I guess let's say 12. His parents no longer gave him an allowance and said he had to get a job, which you can't at 12. And his response to that was to become very anxious about money.
Oh man.
To the point where he like extorted me for money one time. But you know, I think like at that age you're just not, you don't have all of the tools to like handle it. So I don't like begrudge him for that, but you know, so I didn't get birthday gifts really from my friends. Obviously my parents like did whatever, but you know, it's hard to like ask for something completely like useless that you want, if that makes sense. It's very self-indulgent, if you will. But I was like, oh, it would be so cool. And I had this like, you know, fanciful fleeting thought like, oh man, what if I had a girlfriend one day? And then the very first gift that Trisha gives me is no shit that exact potion lamp.
Yeah, it was.
And I had dreamed, I had these wild fanciful dreams of like,
I didn't even know that he wanted it. I didn't know if he would like it.
She was so insecure about this
like,
gift.
Corny,
She was so insecure about it. She was like already upset. She'd already like resigned herself to me hating it. And I was like, oh, you got me this. And Trisha's like, whatever, shut up. It's not like I like you or anything, baka. Like, and I was like so touched. I was like, how did you know I wanted this more than anything? What? I slayed Gondor the Greenston, the Nightblade? Hey, who the fuck are you? Why is he hanging out with a mummy? And like a hanging body. This guy's kind of a weirdo. Hey, what's happening? Are you getting hit? Okay. Well, you know, I talk a lot of shit about the dungeons in this game, but it turns out some of them are fantastic. Aloe. Okay. Yeah, I'll buy that guy was a traitor that needed to die. Makes a lot of sense to me now. Okay, and we're out of here. Holy shit.
That's how I knew we were meant to be together.
Yeah.
Because I picked the right gift.
Yeah, so we could have been in this hellhole, but you know, it actually doesn't seem as bad as the last one, but yeah, it was like,
I mean, they all seem pretty bad.
First room I checked,
From an
found the
outside
answer. Perfect. Holy shit, that was
Woo!
what an absolute dream. Okay, so you're in Kirkcartwood is where the
Marshall
quest giver
says,
is.
my friends don't get me gifts either way, but I'd rather have something personal instead of them spending a bunch of money. True.
Yeah.
True. Very true.
Years later, I eventually aged into like where he was making his own money and enough of it that he bought gifts again. But yeah. But yeah, that was never like super good. I had this friend in middle school who was a girl, and so I was introduced to all sorts of the girl dramas, right? Where's the Knights of the Dragon? Oh, it's right next to me, Jesus. And this woman, sorry, not this woman, this girl's mother was like, oh, it would be nice if you paid for your friends for your birthday, right? And so, but also she'd like invited like all the girls in the class or something, and then she was like, okay, you all have to pay for yourself because my mom wants me to pay for you and I don't want to. So the girl I was friends with was like real poor, right? So she couldn't. So then it was just like, her response was like, well, don't come then if you're too poor.
Oh my goodness.
And so it's like the whole thing, it's like, oh, learn the value of $1. It's like, that's a good idea, but I've seen people teach it really poorly. I've seen many people try to teach it to kids and do it very badly. And
I think the best way to do it is like an allowance.
Yeah. Because I've seen what it looks like when kids don't get money and they have to earn their own money, and like a lot of times kids will, earn their own money doing like basically illegal stuff. Like, not that this is like the Grand Theft Auto tier crime, but like I had a friend who would sell gum for like I don't know. He would have his mom rather buy a Costco sized pack of 5 gum, and that was like expensive gum, right?
Your senses.
And he would sell sticks of gum for like $0.25 or something like that, or more maybe. And he would make.
He's learning how business works.
You said, "Well done. You have a reason to be proud. There's no reward." Welcome to being a knight. Jesus.
Jeez.
All right. Let's see what we have available. The princess. We got to rescue the princess, right?
Oh yeah, that
The war
sounds awesome.
has busied the order to such a degree that important duties such as protecting the virtue of the noble woman of Daggerfall has been fallen by the wayside. There's literally no one available to rescue Princess Evilria Morton, who was carried off the other day. Are you free for this most worthy of quest? Yes.
Of course.
We care only if to rescue the princess vampire. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of funny. The first gift you ever got me was kind of like a similar story too.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like something useless that I always kind of wanted.
Yeah. I feel bad though because I've never topped it. You know.
What? You've gotten me like tons of cute stuff.
Yeah, but like that first, I feel like I don't know. I don't feel like I've done any better than that. That first reaction, you were like, maybe.
Yeah, because I honestly wasn't expecting
shit.
anything from you. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna keep that saved from before because if I do turn into a fucking werewolf, I don't know if I have the patience to do what is described as a long quest.
Was it the Naginata? No, it was a it's like a cheap Kill Bill katana, but the Naginata actually came from fans, right? It was like the old Discord who got that for me.
Yeah, it was like moderators or something. They wanted to like coordinate with me and have like give me money and have me buy a thing. And initially they were like, "Oh, you should get her a gun blade," and I was like, "Yeah, but Trisha's never played Final Fantasy VIII," and they're like, "It's not from Final Fantasy VIII. It's just a gun blade." And I was like, "Dude, I'm pretty fucking sure the gun blades are from Final Fantasy." Like, and she doesn't know what this is.
Love to Draw says, so being homeschooled, I had a unique business opportunity. I would invest my allowance into bulk candy on clearance, then resell it to public schoolers when they got off the bus.
Fairy dragon scales? Alright. Sure.
Right. There was the video of me getting the Naginata a while back.
Mm-hmm.
When I got the katana, though, that was, I think, before I started the channel.
I mean, one of the first things that you talked to me about was like making a video. For, like you were planning on starting a channel when it was one of our first conversations was you talking about starting the channel. Obviously I knew you before you actually started it, but
I had like a YouTube channel where I used to like post just edited videos of not me, you know, just like AMVs and shit like that. But like I didn't actually think of going forward being a YouTuber until like later on.
Yeah. But yeah, my first gift for Trisha was a katana. It was we'd only been going out for like a month, right? Oh. And so I wasn't gonna like be weird and get like, you know, something super super nice, but you know, bitches love katanas, right? No. So I just knew Trisha would like a katana, right? 'Cause it's just like a weave and whatever. And it's like, there's like pretty nice katana, like there's pretty nice looking katanas that are like very cheap and not very high quality and whatever. So I got her one that was like not full tang. It was like a Kill Bill replica or something like that. Like one of the swords that you don't really, one of the swords you don't really see too much in. Let's just like see what happens if I sleep for 6 hours. Take that back. Let's see if it's 8 hours. Just figure I should like nip it in the bud now. Okay. Okay.
Down into the depths. Love to Draw says, before I decided to be useless, one of my many dreams was to own a candy shop. The 2008 economy kind of scared me from anything resembling that. I mean, there are definitely very touristy areas where candy shops do quite well, actually. Especially down the shore. You get the saltwater taffy, you know?
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, bud. You want to hang out? You seem pretty tired. Are you too tired to jump up on the couch?
It's a tough day being a dog.
Yeah. He wants to get pet and cuddle, but he doesn't want to jump. It's too much.
Oh, this is the enemy that was nearby? The rat that spawned in the room? Okay. I had to sleep for 8 hours to see if I... God damn it. Okay.
Jamie says, the schools I went to were basically run like prisons. Yeah, a lot of them are these days. Also says, I dreamed of being a Major League Baseball pitcher. Clearly that dream was of the pipe variety.
Well, maybe not major leagues, but not that hard to be a pitcher.
Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to just do things for fun also.
Well, it's quite the room. Let me see if I can find a place that will let me sleep for 8 hours. Sleep in the hallway for 8 hours. Sleep.
Our honeydew says, well, it is St. Patrick's Day. Surprised we're all not out drinking like it's 1999.
Okay, we're going to go into the void, and we're going to sleep here. Because you cannot sleep now. Why? Because I'm flying. Okay, we're going to go into this disconnected box.
Yes, clearly where we're supposed to go.
Because I just need to know if I'm infected or not. I don't want to, like,
Yeah,
waste a shit ton of time. Like,
Jimmy says, problem is that I throw like a girl. Ba-dum-bum.
okay.
Yeah, me and Adam don't really drink. And I'm not really sure how else to do a nice celebration of St. Patrick's Day. But...
Well, you don't have to drink to celebrate Celtic culture. You could,
Well,
like...
no, I'm just saying in general, I don't know.
What, like what to eat? You could have soda bread and shepherd's pie.
No. I don't know what, like, people normally do besides, like, parading and drinking.
Yeah, I mean, you could... I don't know. You could do, like... So, is shit just, like, spawning next to me? Is that why I can't successfully sleep for 8 hours? I'm pretty sure I'm not infected, though, because I think 6 hours is long enough to sleep, so... So a bunch of people were saying 8, but I believe I became infected after I got the dream from 6, so...
Marshall says, go to church. That's how you should celebrate St. Patrick.
Oh, that's a fair
Jamie
point.
says, if you're an 8-year-old asshole, you pinch people who aren't wearing green.
Oh, yeah.
where that came from. I don't know either. There's a lot of funny traditions like that.
Okay. I guess I'll activate the locator thing. All right. Oh wow. Right fucking next to me, huh? How do I get up there without levitation? If my jumping was higher, maybe, but like I can't climb on the ceiling, can I? Come on, come on. Okay, I can go sideways, but I can't go up. That's the vampire that kidnapped her, though. A vampirus. They make it sound so dire, where they're like, "Oh, you must protect the virtue of lady," but it's like got kidnapped by a lady. Not that getting kidnapped by a vampire is a good thing, you know. So do I have levitate somewhere on like one of my things? Cloth amulet? What did that do? Oh, am I flying? I am flying. It is actually levitate. Okay, let's get you. Oh no, am I no clipping? No, not no clipping. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. When did I quick save? Okay. I'm not doing this all over again. Where's the end?
Jamie says you can buy levitation potions or make them in the Mages Guild. Fun fact. For the sake of...
No, I own a levitation amulet. That's what I said. Okay. Okay. I just died because I was diagnosing if I was cheating or not.
I got you.
Okay. Hello, princess. You're looking a bit old to be a princess.
I was expecting a hot bitch.
Yeah.
You're just a mildly okay bitch.
Ain't that the worst? How the fuck do I get out of here? Probably not the way out of here. The map is possibly the best option. The green should be the exit, so... yeah. Try that side of the room. Oh, can I get around? Not really. Like, I could climb over here, but only if it would let me. Oh, I have the levitation amulet. I could use that too. How the fuck did I get out of here again?
Gabe the Gen says, kinda needed some time to myself after a hectic week plus a lot of moderating. Well, certainly, take your time to prop up your feet and relax. We all need a break.
Is this a command? It is a command, nice. Okay. So where was this quest from? Kirkhartwood. What I need to do is use the marks of recall, so I don't have to save versus spell made like a million times. I don't know what that's about.
Jamie says, I have a friend who seems to want an ugly bitch, but whatever floats his boat. Don't we all want a hot bitch? If Marshall says, I'd take a cold bitch. Ah, refreshing.
I remember. Oh man. I had this friend. And he would say the most unhealthy shit. I remember he was into ugly chicks because he thought that if a girl was attractive, she would be a cunt. And I was
right. Like all the movies tell you. It's like, you have to go for the inner beauty, otherwise they'll just be mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a lot of sympathy for like MGTOW guys, but
Yeah, Jamie says, I dated an ugly girl once. She was a total bitch.
that's typically been my my experience with ugly people. Yeah. Although, you know, it's hard to say because I feel like a lot of like the ugly people I've met have also been like leftists, and I feel like
It makes sense for like ugly people to fall prey to leftism because it like, you know, it's trying to prop them up, so they feel as though it benefits them.
this guy that gives you a house. Yeah. So, but my point is like I don't know. Okay, I don't know if the things that I found untoward were. Princess Evelira Morton, may I officially introduce you to your good rescuer, Ichabod? You have done a fine and honorable thing this day, my friend, and it shall not be forgotten. That's cool. No money, right? Yeah. Well, okay. I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess I should go to the top of the Fighters Guild before I bother with that. Yeah. I guess it's too late for the Fighters Guild? Maybe?
Marshall says attractive people get treated better on average, so they have better personalities and a better outlook on life. Hey, Never, welcome to chat. Says, not sure how accurate the study, but one showed ugly people cheat more than attractive people.
I can tell you, like, just, what do you call that? Empirically? It's not empirically. It's like anecdotally. That's like the less, yeah, that's like the less certain version of it. Anecdotally, yeah, I've definitely encountered that. I knew this guy who was a like actual fucking monster, like just like he had super scoliosis, and he was hunched like a troll, right, like almost 90 degrees, and he would brag loudly about cheating on his girlfriend or girlfriends or whatever, and then mock them for dating him. Like they'd be like, oh, it's fucking like, you know, he would be like very like not. I never met them. I don't know what they looked like. I don't know how ugly they would have been, but like, I don't know. That guy was definitely a piece of shit. Oh my god, he was the brother of one of my friend's girlfriends at the time, and oh my god, I invited him to, it was just like him and then another friend going to medieval times for my birthday, and then like once I'm already there, he's like, by the way, I'm coming with like his girlfriend and her brother, and I was like, okay, I guess. It's like I didn't say anything. I was just like, that's kind of weird. Like invite someone to someone else's birthday party, and then yeah, no, he was like a fucking.
Yeah.
He was like an actual like monster. The guy, our waiter had PTSD from he failed out of basic training, and the grenade throw or whatever like fucked him up. He panicked with the grenade and it went off near him, and like the practice grenade, and he was all fucked up from like basic training. He tried to go, he failed, and you know, some people just get a certain amount of like PTSD from that. It's not the most heroic of fates, but you know, and you can't bang the silverware because it's like the horses will get spooked and the riders could get hurt. So naturally, this guy is like slamming his silverware against the plate, and then the guy goes like, haha, you know, funny story, I have like PTSD, you know, it's like basic training, blah blah, and while he's explaining, he goes like, ha 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 ha, like a fucking actual demon, and slams the plate against it. You see the guy like flinch like really bad from like the plate like slamming into the thing.
What an absolute
it's just
shithead.
Just a complete fucking monster. Like there's like nothing like it's just like you see him and you know he's like an actual like goblin, and then he acts like it 100% of the time in his life. He's just like,
oh my god.
like, I cheated on my girlfriend. Like he's like telling this story to like all these people, and it's like, man, do you think people are gonna think you're like a Giga Chad now? It's like, fuck is going on here? But yeah, that guy was real ugly. He had like a fucked up spine. He was like almost like I said, almost 90 degrees, and he acted like he acted 100% like he looked. And I've typically people that I've known that have cheated had like some kind of deficiency like that they're like trying to make up for. But oh yeah, don't disturb the Falcon either. He didn't know that he could clang the plate until the thing was already over. But
yeah.
I've gotten George. I'm not commenting on my own attractiveness, but I've gotten George Clooney from a few different people, so I got that. Hey, listen, be confident.
Be the best person that you can be, and really, like 50% of attractiveness is just good hygiene.
Yeah, that guy was fucking dirty too.
Yeah.
That guy was a total fucking disaster. Nothing redeeming about that guy whatsoever. He's
absolute fucking goblin.
Yeah. It was so weird. Like, I remember my friend greeted me. I was like, "Hey, happy birthday!" And I was like, "Oh, thanks." And then his girlfriend just stares blankly at me, like 0% of her brain functioning, working. It's like, and then the guy was like, I don't know, he said something like, "Hey, faggot," or something like that. And I was like, "Oh, all right, hi."
Alrighty.
I was like, man, this is gonna be real. And then I was like, all right, so you know, I wasn't paying for my friends, they weren't paying for me or whatever. I was just like, all right, so what do you want to do for the tip? And I was like, and then my friend who's like, you know, money anxiety guy, he was like, why don't I'll give $1. And I was like, okay, dude. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, well, there's a bunch of people here, so if we all give $1, that's like a lot. I was like, 1, 2, 3, 5. What is this, like $6? What are you talking about? And then he was like, well, if everyone in here gives $1, that's like a huge episode. I was like, there's a lot of servers. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like that makes no sense. And I was like, all right, you put your $1 in there, and then like whatever. But I was like, I didn't want to be like putting in like you know, I was gonna put like $10 in or whatever. Guy was nice. He also had to deal with like this fucking actual gremlin the entire time. So I was gonna like put in $10, but I didn't want to just like put in the $10 and then have him assume it's from all of us when it's like not. It's not from any. It's like no one put in $1. Like it was my friend put in the $1. Nobody else put in anything. And then when the guy came around, he's like, "Oh, are you all done with this?" And then the guy, the actual goblin, was like, he's like, "Here you go, you poor faggot," or whatever, and like throws a thing at him. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ! And I had to get up and go like chase the guy down, give him like I just like, you know, gave him like $10 or whatever, like handed to him, because I'm like, yeah, I'm so sorry about that.
Gonna, like, murder that guy one day.
Yeah, I fucking.
Yeesh.
One can only hope. TBH, actual fucking demon.
David Myers says, "Oh yeah, ugly people definitely cheat. I don't know, I would say more than attractive people. My brother is big on cheating, but I wouldn't say he was ugly. He's very emotionally dependent on women." I think the thing with ugly people cheating is that it makes them feel more desirable, and since they're already insecure, they like need it more. They just want to feel like super desirable, so they seek out multiple people to fulfill that because of their own insecurities, I guess.
Yeah, I with that I would also say a bad move is to say to a guy, "Haha, you have no options. You can't even cheat on me," because it's like, it's like don't, is that literally, it's like at that point it's like, is that a bet or is that cheating? like what?
What, do you want me to cheat on you?
I've seen bitches on the whatever podcast say that, and it's like, you're fucked. Like,
yeah.
Like that's not gonna go well for you.
It's the most unattractive thing you could say.
Yeah.
Eric Larry says, "I get compliments on my voice, so I'd probably be good for a radio show or something." And Love to Draw also says, "I've gotten compliments on my voice a lot too, and I don't get it. I think my voice is objectively terrible. And not just like you, my recorded voice is weird. My recorded voice is definitely weird."
It's definitely different. Okay, so what was my...
Or Honeydew asking, "So did you guys ever find out if Indiegogo was glitch hiding you or shadow banning? Heard they are very Clubhouse minded." I just assume it's their shitty algorithm, maybe like an update to whatever their system is for recommending comics, but more likely it's probably shadow banning.
Yeah. It's very charitable to assume that it's like just a glitch, but it's probably shadow banning. It's probably not even like an automated. It's not like a person doing it. It's probably just some automated like, "Oh, you breathe. You're white. Okay, get in the trash."
I don't know. I haven't been able to find a lot of other people's indie comics on there, so I just assume that maybe only like pre-approved comics are getting shown nowadays.
Also having an attractive voice is quite the asset, because there are some people that have like a real audiophilia or whatever, like where they're
you whisper into somebody's ear.
Yeah, there's some people that is a really important thing, like where they care about the sound of someone's voice more than like what they look like. And not just blind girls. Block is nothing to fear for me, huh?
Also, Eric, I just assumed that the icon was your actual face, but I guess I might as well ask, is that actually your face?
Stole some random dude's face.
I mean, like, because we're talking about attractiveness and whatnot.
Room is free for a knight such as you. Yeah. I don't know, 12 hours?
Because I'm thinking to myself, yeah, the icon, you look plenty attractive. I don't know what you you don't have anything to be worried about.
And I'm pretty sure Never on the Gilded server is the robot from Big O. Is that also your real face? Because bitches love giant robots. Am I right?
Well, I just didn't want to assume. Oh yes, Love to Draw says, to attract a person with my voice involves talking to them. So therein lies the rub. Yeah, it's
yeah,
rough.
it was funny. There's like some power in like Vampires the Masquerade, which involves speaking to someone. And I was like, oh, this is so useful. But it's like how much like if you're trying to like make a contact with someone, how many important people can you even get in the room with? It's like not many. like how many CEOs and stuff can you actually like get an elevator pitch to? It's like,
yeah, it is hard approaching people. Even
so
if you like actually run into them in real life.
if you had like
difficult.
Sirens text messaging, you're fucking in. That's the most powerful ability in the world. But Siren's voice is a little bit eh.
You have to be very charming to be able to just go up to somebody and capture their attention.
Good job, hero. Did I take the money? I heard the sound, but I thought I still saw a pile. So what's this? Daggers. It's in used condition. Broken. It's a silver Tonto. I think I can... Oh, Elven Dagger is broken. I'll repair the Elven Dagger. Do I have like a nice Elven thing to work with? Oh, I have an Elven Tonto. Naturally. Alright, repair that shit. Yeah. Whatever you want to charge me. Just fuck me up, fam. Oh no, I want the Elven one. Oh, Elven Tonto. It's probably more damage, right? 2 through 9, trash. 1 through 6. 1 through 6. What is this? Bullshit. Silver Tonto. 1 through 8. Steel Wakazashi. Oh, that's a longsword. Alright, Elven Tonto's heaping pile of... Actually, I guess that's the best I'm going to be able to work with.
So, what are we...
We're waiting for some important person to, like, send me a letter. So I'm like...
So until then we just have to do random quests?
Yeah, and, like, the fastest ones to do are, like, the graveyard ones. So I'm just... Because the other ones, you still gotta find somebody's house.
The hardest thing ever.
It's like a total shit show. Like, I don't know where these people live. And then once you've done enough of them, you know where all these other houses are. So it's like you have to like filter through on your map.
I Love to Draw says, I do think and have been told they do good voices in voice acting ways, so there's that. My customer service voice stems from that. Maybe you should like post a reel, get some jobs.
Yeah. Speaking of voices, I gotta... That's a very solid bush.
I love how he's peeking over. Like,
So what do you think of these skeletons? They have angry faces. You think that's goofy? You think it should be like a regular skeleton skull? Can you make a regular skeleton skull seem menacing?
They do look more evil when they have the angry expressions, though, you know?
This is true.
You say, you know, I think I'm sold. I think I'm sold on the expression.
But is it goofy that these skeletons have an expression?
Not if it looks cool.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, with that in mind, I think skeletons.
Am I too fucking fat to get through the door? What?
That is super goofy.
Who sized this shit?
Oh my god. Somebody in this fantasy universe has a shrink ray. They just used it on the doorway.
Whoop. Got him. Blam. Get that money. I want to start making...
Charlotte says, I want to start making audio dramas. I was thinking of hiring people from Fiverr to do voices. Well, looky here. You have love to draw. Right?
Yeah.
Right in chat. And you got Eric Lowry. He's got a nice, deep voice as well. So, why don't you guys network?
Yeah.
Get stuff done. I don't really tune into audio dramas. Gotta be honest with you. I don't really understand the appeal, but I know that other people like them.
Yeah, it's like a more listenable in some ways form of like an audiobook.
Yeah.
I think generally like certain stories they work better on like they work better as audio. Oh, fuck. They work better as an audio thing than others. You'll pay with your soul. They say, and then the text says the skeleton slumped to the ground. They didn't though.
Oh, Marshall says I love old-time radio shows, so that's what I'm going for. Are you actually going for like a timepiece type of thing, like some Deco-style audio drama?
Well, yeah. If you need someone to voice a thing, I'll undercut some like some Fiverr voice actor if you want.
Yes.
Find what like the cheapest but also like barely passable as a voice actor on Fiverr charges, and then pay me a little bit less, and call it a deal. But if they have like a super thick Indian accent where they're like, "Oh no, but who could have killed the guy with the candlestick?" Then I'm not price matching that guy. That's obviously. But I wouldn't mind doing it. I think in general I gotta do my own goddamn audiobook. I'll do that tonight. I probably. I gotta sign up for more Comic-Cons and stuff too, but
Yeah, one thing at a time.
I don't know how well I would do with like a deco punk voice.
Oh. Yeshua says the Reaper trailer was great. Good voice acting on Adam's part there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I remember at college, there were so many people that were like, they would do a random impression out of no fucking where, and then they would look at you really earnestly and go, "Do you think I could be a voice actor?" And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Whoa, hey, calm down.
It's like, I don't know, man. And look, that'll be my backup. If acting doesn't work out, I'll be a voice actor. It's like, okay. Cool, bro.
To be fair, like all of the voice actors that I have hired in the past, I've just like found them on Twitter just because they put themselves out there. They have like a reel I can listen to, and I can see if they'd be right.
You can check if they put their pronouns in their bio.
Oh yeah, of course. we filter them, but I look for normal people. So long as you're putting yourself out there, you're sure to like catch something.
Yeah. Alright. Ichabod has been killing a lot of skeletons. This feels very canonical. He does kill lots of like undead and sell the souls. All tracks. Okay. Alright, gimme. Good job, hero. So, what does it take to get to the top of this fucking guild, bro?
Limited Drill says, I can do all 3 members of Team Rocket. There's a start. That's entertaining.
I don't need...
I can do a killer Sonic impression.
Radical, dude.
Gotta go fast.
Whoa.
It's like my default voice now for reading any comics. I give like the main character a Sonic voice. It usually fits, honestly.
It is. Okay. I guess I'll go do this, and then when I get back from this, I'll try and sell stuff, because I notice that I'm like accumulating trash. Let's see if I can do this without ending the quest with like no health. Come on. Come on, climb. Oh my god. I guess I don't even have to go into the graveyard. I can just...
Yeshua says, my friend thinks he can do impressions. We don't have the heart to tell him he can't.
Oof. Yeah, you get all sorts of like really cringy...
Well, you can rely on the internet to tell him that he can't.
You know, I was thinking, it takes a lot to get somebody to read your stuff, so I'm eternally grateful that I have Trisha and also John to read my stuff, but I was thinking, with art, do people mostly just say, oh, it looks pretty, and then give you no feedback?
I mean, I guess it depends. I do, like, really worry sometimes that when people go to check out, like, my campaign with all my art drawn in there and me trying to make it as good as I can at my current level, you know, I do wonder if they look at that and they just see, like, retarded crown drawings through their eyes, and they're like, ugh, cringe, and then just click away.
Because I've noticed, like, my dad will find random pieces of art, like, around, and then be like, wow, like, I was like, oh, like, Trisha's drawing has gotten so good, and I was like, this is Frank Frazetta, he, and then, like, my dad would be like, yeah, she's really good now, and it's like, no, and, like, the guy who drew it's Frank Frazetta, and he's like, oh, well, still, and it's like, no, but this is a different person, this is definitely not her.
Oh my god.
And he's like, oh, I don't know about that, and it's like, I mean, but it's two separate people, how is that still indicative of her drawing being good? What are you talking about? I'm losing my fucking mind.
Yeah.
I just saw an arrow fly by. That's like the most intense thing that's ever happened in Daggerfall. Alright, what do you got? You got some trash? Okay.
It's really hard to, like, figure out whether your art is, like, good enough.
Pine Branch Northern. Doesn't feel like that's a real alchemy ingredient, because, like, you could just... That's a pine right there. Pine right there. You could just go... Oh, wait, there. Go just take it, but... Yeah. Okay, well... Back to Kirkcart. Boop. Boop. You know, looking at this map, they have a sea monster on the map, right? But there's real sea monsters. You know what I mean? Like, back in the day, it was like, that means it's like that the sea monster means it's poorly charted. There could be rocks, could be islands. Don't really know what's over there. Beware. That's where they would draw sea monsters. That's like to basically, like, they didn't think there's literal sea monsters. They were just like, yeah, who knows what you could be coral reef, could be all sorts of bullshit. Don't go over there.
Yeah.
Or draw a better map for me. You know, that's what a sea monster means. But in this, there are real sea monsters. So it's like, when you draw a sea monster on the map, it has a whole different implication. It's like, you know, you have like we're the Knights of the Dragon, right? And like to some extent that's fine in this universe because dragons are like long extinct at this point in the timeline. But if dragons did exist, you wouldn't call like an order of knights the Knights of the Dragon, because dragons eat people. Like, they're real, and they're not like a cute piece of imagery. It's like, dragons suck, man. Why'd you make your symbol the dragons, right? And that was something I was thinking about when I was doing Slayer in the Wide Valley. It's like, well, they can't be the knights of like this mythical creature because like those that could exist. That could like you would have a different in a very like grimdark sort of almost post-apocalyptic fantasy world. You'd have this like real sour feeling towards stuff like that, right? You wouldn't think it's like cute to be, you know, calling stuff dragon this, dragon that.
Yeshua says, I've had friends try to have me draw their comic ideas. I don't think they know how much work that is. Oh yeah, I've had people email me about that type of stuff, and it's like, dude, I'm not even done my own comic.
Dude, I like, I'll talk to people sometimes and they'll be like, oh yeah, like we talked to this one guy, really nice guy, right? But he's like, my son, he used to write, but he stopped writing. I wish he would write down my ideas because we'd be rich. And it's like, no,
that's not. No, it's not gonna happen.
It's not. Yeah, no. And he's like, oh, because it'd have to be his own idea. And I'm like, no, it's just a lot of it's about execution, man. It's not really the idea itself. Like there's some winner concepts that people will just like copium themselves into believing are like really good, even though they're executed on like pretty poorly, or like super mediocrely. Like I don't know, like like hot take. I think Harry Potter is a much better concept than it is execution. Like I don't know if that
fair.
Like
a lot of people judge it more and more as like the series went on.
And like it's not like I enjoyed it, but I enjoyed it for like I think probably a different reason than most people. I was listening to the audiobooks that were like voice acted by like a voice actor guy. Like that was like his shtick, he did voice acting. And he like did all different characters and stuff. And whenever we went on vacation, we would listen to the audiobook when we were all in the car as a family, and it was fun.
Yeah, Love to Draw says, I'm liking the Harry Potter audiobook way more than the movie.
Yeah. And that was like my experience. That's what I liked. The books themselves, I wouldn't make the same. Are katanas long blades? They should be, right?
Yeah, I believe they should be anyways.
This doesn't tell you. I guess you're supposed to just know. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, I feel like there's wakazashis are the small ones. I'm judging by the damage they must be. Silver dagger sucks. Could sell that. Steel wakazashi. I'll keep one in reserve in case I need to weeaboo the shit out of somebody. Silver longsword. I thought that'd be worth more, but okay. What do we got in the wagon? Don't need a bow. Drop a steel axe. Yeah, it almost seems like fantasy names for stuff fit more in sci-fi. Like in Mass Effect, Cerberus is like the organization of like human supremacists, who are, by the way, the good guys. I don't know how they were trying so hard to like convince you that they were not, and it was like, cringe, guys. You're a human writing this. These are pro-human guys. But they had a super nice aesthetic too. It's like very clean, like Apple Store stormtroopers. Steel katanas probably. An iron tanto. I think I can trash that. Elven katana. Okay. I think I can get rid of this like goofy fucking outfit. I don't think I need the loincloth. I think Trisha's done with that joke. Toga's probably also not necessary anymore. As far as like magic items and everything else, I don't really know what I need or don't need. Okay.
David Meyer says, I really enjoyed the Stephen Fry version. My brother got his from Audible and ended up with Jim Dale. Audible is not good.
No, it's not. It's like the most nice. If you want a good service, Downpour is really good. They let you download the books, and yeah, that leaves a lot more open for like piracy and everything. But whatever, fuck it. Lock has nothing to fear for me. 10:40. They still haven't opened. Kill me, guys. Motherfuckers don't get up until noon. Alright. You want this? Yeah, take these iron greaves. Thanks, man. It's funny you can do that. What about you, man? You done with my repairs?
Dude. Hey, bro.
Hey, bro. Can I get some suck? Cerberus being good guys isn't terribly cut and dry. They are good guys. They're pro-humans. That's all you need to know. If there's some, like, retarded shit I forgot from the third game that's not really... Oh, wow. Like, they leaves in on the floor. That's not really, like, a real game. So, not too worried about it. I think there's some shit you forgot from all three games. No. Second game, they're like... First of all, their ship designs are way better than... When you get the ship back in the third game, the fucking Earth people have fucked up your ship super bad. You trip over wires, they lose your collection of collectible ships. It's a disgrace. They did have some, like, weeb shit in the third game. You had to fight some guy with a katana from, like, the books. And it was, like, quite strange. I don't know what was... I guess I had to read the comic book or something to understand who the fuck that guy was, but... Oh, I didn't get another question from that guy. There was a lot of... I guess there's a lot you could critique from all of the Mass Effect games.
I was getting my audiobooks from an online public library site that has lax security. Fun stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, like Downpour, it does let you download the files just like raw, so there's no DRM on them, which is, you know, as a consumer good, but if you're thinking about like a place you'd want to upload your audiobooks, maybe that's not the best place, but at the same time, like, I don't know. Like, it's not as though you can't rip from Audible. Audible is a nightmare to rip audio files from. They just purposely make it, like, terrible so that you don't...
Yeah, it's terrible for everybody. For the pirators and also the people who just want to use the site.
Yeah, my brother wanted to buy me an audiobook. He did, but he downloaded it onto discs. But Audible, like, fucks up the order of the chapters when you write to disc. So, like, on purpose, right? They just do that to fuck it up so that you have to listen on the player. And, yeah, the whole book was, like, I listened to it backwards, basically. Not totally backwards. It was, like, I listened to the middle to the end and then the beginning. So. And my brother's not, like, some, like, tech idiot. Like, he has a computer repair company and, like, builds websites. So he, like, vaguely knows how things go off and on. You know.
Yes, David Myers says, ooh, thanks for Downpour. My MP3 boombox that I use has to have MP3 format.
Oh, nice. Your boombox? Nice. Boomboxes. Yeah, Downpour's pretty good. My only complaint is that I got the Witcher audiobook, and then the company went in later and like put a sticker on it. It was like, as seen on the Netflix show where they rape Geralt in the ass until he's gay. Like,
just everyone's getting raped in the ass in Netflix shows.
I'm so excited the next time like my cousin's like husband asks me if I'm watching anything on Netflix. I'm gonna be like, oh no, I don't want to, you know, and just like make it as awkward as possible, being like, oh yeah, you know, that was gonna be a good adaptation, but they decided to fuck him in the ass until he was gay, and I don't know. It's like, oh, have you been watching?
I just felt like that was a weird choice.
Like, as soon as he goes like, oh, have you been watching this show? I'll be like, oh, they fuck him in the ass until he's gay, and it's like, oh, what? It's like, oh yeah, I mean that's what Netflix does, right? That's Netflix shows. So what do you watch a lot of gay porn then?
You coming out to me, bro? Asking for some suck.
Some suck? There's skeletons here, right? Like what's going on? I'm waiting for the skeletons and they're not here. You know what? What if I just go sleep in the rain? Oh wow, it doesn't. What's with this? What time is it? Is it like not the? Oh, it's morning. It's morning, but I can't tell. Oh, so I have to like. For a while, what, like 20.
And David says, yes, I am not always in the same van every day, so I bought a modern day boombox with a radio and built-in MP3 player. Yeah. It does sound kind of nice.
Oh, monsters nearby. That's what it said.
Well, as long as Ichabod doesn't get pounded in the ass. Oh, well, he's not in a Netflix adaptation, so he'll be fine.
Yes, this is true.
Imagine, like, I say that, and then the next day, Netflix contacts me for an adaptation.
It would be so... that would be such a funny, like if you're doing interviews with, like, comics people, like, that would be such a funny final question. It's like, how much money would you take from Netflix to let your character get fucked in the ass until he's gay? $2,000.
Oh, man. Have to be a lot of money.
The house husband guy, I almost feel worse for. He's like, he just like, I don't know if anyone's seen the house husband like adaptation, but suffice it to say, it moves more.
I did a video about it.
Yeah, it moves more in the manga than the fucking anime, basically. Like, when you're looking at the manga, it feels like it has more motion than the actual motion that they add to this godforsaken quote-unquote anime.
I love John's reaction when we showed it to him. Immediately, he's like, oh no. He just wasn't expecting
He
it
couldn't
to be
believe
that
it.
bad.
He showed us this, like, super fucking, this passion project. One guy made it, and he was like, it's barely animated, and I was like, oh, I should show you House Husband so you can compare. And then he shows it, and there's like immediately there's like a 3-frame animation of a girl's like dress blowing in the wind, and I'm like, oh wow, this fucking shits in House Husband's mouth. Like this is blows it out of the water. This is so much more animation. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And he paused it to like laugh, and then I actually put on House Husband afterwards, and he's like, what? No, what?
I mean, the craziest part about that show is that it had a normal anime budget. And there's no way that they actually spent that money. It was pocketed.
Yeah. No, that's like the most obvious theft.
Animation is not worth that much money.
Just absolute bonky wonkers.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, you know.
Yeah, the fucking IRS should be investigating those guys. That is like, sir, your anime is too trash. I don't know where you spent all this money, but you're going to jail. Sorry, I'm not like reading. I guess Trisha's in charge.
Yeah, right. Let me see. It's a Antimi Bluetooth FM radio MP3 player. Most of the others are fake and don't actually play MP3s. Natively, you'd have to connect your phone for that. Ah, I see.
I can appreciate that you managed to track down a real God's the a God's truth real boombox, because like there's so much stuff that's like super backwards as far as like technology. Like whenever something's like, oh, you can control it with a app from your phone, it's like I could also beat myself to death with a rock. I don't think I want to do that. That sounds terrible. Like, no phone is that quick as opposed to like turning it off. Just like having an audio thing.
I gotta say, or Honeydew, your comment scared me for a little bit. When I read Soy X Family, I was like, oh no, what did they do to Spy X Family? And then you corrected yourself, and I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, thank
They
God.
haven't touched my holy grail.
They're not gonna bug him in the ass till he's gay.
Yeah. Oh boy, close one.
Oof. Shouldn't I get a promotion, man? What's going on? Talk to me. Why don't I have? Where's more promotion? Make me higher in the guild. What's going on? Training. What do you train?
Welcome back, Gabe.
Critical strike? Sure. What about you? What? Make me higher in this guild. What's the final quest? What's going on? I did like part 1 of a thing. What do I need to do? I've killed so many goddamn skeletons. This can't be... I must be doing something wrong to get... I got promotions before. Have I plateaued? It's still the same fucking quests. I feel like I've done one of all of these, so it's not like that. Yeah, they sell app-enabled appliances these days. They suck to work on. Ugh, the Chinese printer I got has a bunch of stuff that you can control via the app.
I hate that.
It just sounds like a terrible idea. First of all...
my lights upstairs, you can control the brightness and the type of lighting with an app, but you can't, there's no, like, remote. So I just leave it on the same setting because the app doesn't fucking work. It doesn't work. It's a terrible idea.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, it's good for them because they could, like, sell your data or something via the app, like, having, like, extra permissions it's not supposed to have, but it's, like, it's such a Looney Tunes thing that, like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's awful.
Our grandkids are gonna make fun of us. They're gonna roast us so hard. It's like, oh, you're the generation of, like, apps to control shit? What do you, like, eat paste?
Jamie's asking, did you level up the skills that the guild wants you to level up?
The skills the guild wants me to level up. What do they want me to level up? Oh, that's right. You have like a certain number of certain specific guild skills. Here's guild Daggerfall. Oh, I'm gonna get Morrowind since it's on sale.
Yeah, good idea.
I would pirate it because I'm not a super fan of the company, but you know.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith Prime show versus Spy X Family. Obviously, Spy X Family.
Okay. High skill, low skill. What does that mean? Combination of 2 highest skills associated with guild. Okay. So, guild skills. We got long blade. Okay, short blade. So, short blade should be very high. Right? Okay. Major. Oh, primary.
Yeah, sure.
Short blade 56.
Waifus out of everything. Where's my cringe skeleton waifu? I'm on it. I'll get started on a comic immediately. Just for you. One of the dumbest ones is an oven that you can program from your phone.
Oh my god.
But for obvious safety reasons, you still have to physically press start on the oven afterward.
Jesus Christ.
That is a terrible idea. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So, like, you have to
Oh,
go...
good night, Love to Draw. We'll see you next time. It is getting a little late.
Oh, yeah. So I guess, like, what are you, like, going into your phone on your... in the shower, and then you're, like, programming the oven, then you're coming downstairs and then hitting start, and that's supposed to be convenient? instead of just like hitting a bunch of buttons. I hate the buttons that are like flush to the device that are like terrible to push.
Right.
Some company, like Elon Musk, is gonna like make an oven and he's gonna like blow, and everyone's gonna be, oh my god, he's a genius. He made the best oven ever. And it's like, he gets out there on the stage. He's like, yeah, so we put buttons back on the oven, and we didn't make them like. Oh,
You're such a scaredy cat, Gertie.
You're such a pussy. Oh.
You wanna come back on the couch?
Yeah, it's gonna like some person is gonna make just any device and have it function. They're like, so there's no app, you just have buttons on the device. Like, whoa, and it's like, yeah, we made the buttons instead of having the flush to it. You can push them.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You can push them in. What?
Incredible. Yeah, and they're easy to push buttons, and they don't break after like a year. That's
insane.
And they're also easy to clean. Incredible.
What? No.
Bonky wonkers. And then it was like starting at $1,000 and be like, just take my money. Just let me. Yeah,
we put dials back on the speakers. What?
Oh my god.
That's incredible.
Oh yeah, and we put little notches so it goes click, 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 so you can feel what volume it is. Oh, that's crazy.
Oh man.
What a.
The future is now.
Yeah, like I have the regular version of a car, and my mom has the Latitude model, and when I drive her car, there's no notches on the dials. It's just like free spinning. So you can't like really feel like the volume going up, and like it lags super hard because it's all like, instead of being analog, it's like super computerized. So like the computer like has to catch up to you turning the dial, so you don't know. So you have to wait and hear to see what volume it is.
Right.
Okay.
David says the idea is to be able to change the temperature after you are already cooking for those few recipes that make you change the temp part way.
I think you should still be like close enough to your oven to push the buttons if you're.
Yeah, you should be looking after it a bit.
Yeah. So the guild associated skills are archery, axe, blunt weapon, giantish, long blade, orcish, short blade. So I need to have one skill at 87 to get the highest rank in the guild. The other skill can be 37. So of the guild associated skills, I only have short blade as a skill. To get the other skills, I guess I would just pay for training over an extremely long period of time. But no one would have a character that would use two different types of weapons unless they're playing a very poorly optimized character. So not even my short blade is really up to like master skill. So I suppose what I should be doing is doing night quests, because those would just give me an opportunity to slash things with a sword, therefore training my short blade. Right? The Mages Guild, you'd need multiple different magic schools like that. You commonly would use those. The Fighter School doesn't deal with dodge, which is odd because it's such a melee skill. Although I suppose maybe that's like the Thieves Guild thinks about dodging. My reputation is probably like max, right? Because I've done a gazillion quests. But I need. Right now I have 56, so I assume that was the promotion to warder. Assuming that I'm a warder, right? What's my not inventory history?
Jamie says dodging is Thieves Guild. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I don't want to have to download a patch to cook a roast.
Is there
Check
miscellaneous?
Yeah.
Log. History. Okay, this is like my history. How do I know what my rank is within the guild, right? That's how you check your health. My loans.
You will have 15 in Giantish. That will get you to rank 3.
My low skill.
Click on you. Your portrait. Yes. Okay. Well.
Affiliations, there it is. Okay. So my reputation is 100, and I'm a journeyman. That means I'm rank 1. Jesus Christ. Okay, so to get the next rank, I need a low skill to be 9. So... Giantish is a skill. So if I get that, or... we could start training Longblade. That's like a thing he would do. Do I have swords on me? Well, blunt also counts, right? 3 to 10 damage. Fuck it. Oh, I guess this isn't super canonical. Did he ever like fucking bonk a motherfucker?
No. Jamie says you should be able to rank up. Check with the guy downstairs. You might as well stick with Giantish at this point.
I'll just go to the graveyard and bonk some motherfuckers.
Sounds good.
It's fine. We'll get to bonking. Although Giantish maybe easier, I don't know. It doesn't matter because I could just train a skill up, but I suppose bonking is fine. This probably does more damage than daggers, right? The chance to hit will be lower because my skill is lower, but the actual damage itself is probably... This does not even feel like it coming close to hitting.
Yeah, you know, funny enough, the daggers felt like they had more range.
Well, it's not... Alright. Let's get far away. Dungeons? Travel? Wait. Okay, let's see. Can I get a 6-hour rest in here? Fuck. Let's get far away. Because my skill is now ready. So I bonked enough. Time to... Oh, maybe I should go to an actual dungeon and just like enter, bonk, leave. Okay, so do I have any other weapons I could be using? Short bow. Okay, wait, hold on. Wagon. Whoa, I got? Lots of armor I should sell. If only I could find someone who buys armor. Lots of blades. Any of these long. Wakazashi. Katanas? Any katanas? No katanas. No, I got all short blades, right? Tanto. Short sword, definitely short. No arrows anymore. Sold all my arrows. Okay, that's fine. We also need a skill to be high, right? So let's take that away. Do ebony dagger. Get my short blade up as well. I have to round out my fighter skills to... Oh, wow, he fucking... Okay.
Looks comfy, girl.
Hell yeah, that's 6 hours coming in. Blunt weapons improved. Alright, let's put the... Alright, let's bonk.
It's bonking time.
This is the most effective attack, by the way, that. Like this poke. That's the most likely to hit.
Alrighty.
Can only rank up once every 28 days. Huh. Oh, is it like morning now? Did I wait too long? So yeah, it's 5 a.m. Okay. Can I... Is there like a tomb to enter I can like waste time in? Okay, that's not an actual thing.
It's just a wall that they built. What
Yeah.
is that, bizarre? old school music in this is pretty charming in its way.
Yeah.
I won't say that it holds a candle to Jeremy Souls, but, you know. It certainly works.
Alright, my blunt weapon skill has improved. Bati bots.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
They just spawn behind me, of course. Okay, I'm assuming that's enough. Yes. So it has to be like 9 or something for me to advance.
Our honeydew was mentioning before the infamous juicer that was like $400, required Wi-Fi connection and an app, and all it did was press juice out of a bag. Isn't that the biggest scam ever? Ah yes, the Juicero. Wasn't even a juicer.
Incredible.
I genuinely wonder if anyone bought it. I mean, there are a lot of people that are very vulnerable to, like, sales pitches, even if it's a terrible product.
Oh, yeah. I know a couple of those.
Yeah. Alright, good night, Gabe. We'll see you next time.
Guten Nacht. Oh, no, not later. I want to rest for a while. Oh, there are enemies nearby. Skellymans? What time is it? Skellyman time. Okay. I guess I'll switch to my...
You got your feet out?
You got your feet out. What are you talking about, feet?
Are those shoes?
Yes.
Aha! Nice.
I do think I'm going to need to sleep to be able to beat this, though. Enemies nearby. Nonsense.
Not for long.
Okay, there are bats in the hallway. Not just spawning in. Okay. 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 Nice. Bunch of nice little level ups. So what are we looking at? 8. So it needed to be 9. Don't access your. No. Oh, I guess I should be leveling up a long blade because that's exactly what he eventually does, right? He eventually gets a long.
Spoilers.
Oh well. TBH.
Our honeydew asking, anyone remember that show Primal? I think I watched like one episode of that because people were super hyped about it.
With the dinosaur thing?
Yeah.
Like the UK dinosaur thing?
It was the thing done by the Samurai Jack guy.
Oh, yeah. I put on a random episode of that, just not knowing that it was the same thing. The Samurai Jack guy, though, he sold out to get this cartoon he wanted to have made. He like replaced a character with a black character. And I was like,
it gotta fit the
that was him, right?
DEI thing.
Yeah, I think that was him. He
what show is it?
I don't remember what it was called, but it was like the ugliest character imaginable, and I don't know. It was on like the Archcast or something. It could be a different animator, but I thought it was him.
Yeah, I have no idea. Let me see. I can certainly look up Gendy. He worked on. There was Primal, Samurai Jack, Dexter's Lab, Symbiotic Titan.
I don't know what it was called. It's not something I would watch, right?
Unicorn Warriors Eternal. I've never seen that before, but apparently that's a 2023 show.
It's just like, it seems like that guy's so big, he could probably do like a Kickstarter to do his own animation thing, but
yeah, for sure. He's
like,
got a big following.
But yeah, I just think like, I don't know. I wouldn't have sold out like that. I don't think like, I don't think the industry is so rock solid that it's gonna last long enough that people aren't gonna remember him for that. Like he's gonna have to.
If I had to sell out, that would be like the toughest thing on the planet. And I would probably never let myself be in a position where I would have to sell out. Because you'd have to be like really desperate, you know? But, yeah. It's part of the reason why you gotta support creators directly, so that they have some leverage to support themselves if they ever need it.
It's kind of cool how people have like such a more direct like influence on the stuff that they're making, because also you also get like to provide like criticism, which is it's also kind of like valuable. Like you have the ability to critique something. You have like a comment section on a lot of like internet stuff. Mm-hmm. Like my dad will just believe something is true because he saw it on TV, and it's like, okay, but that's I'm listening to you, and I have a brain, and you have a brain. You know that's not real. Like I was telling my dad he needs to like be more hydrated when he goes out for bike rides, right? Pretty like non-controversial statement, but he sees on the news that there's something called overhydration, and he's like, oh, that's really dangerous.
Overhydration.
So but it's like, if you had a comment section, it would be full of fucking memes of people being like, wow, imagine being that disabled. Like it would be like full of people like,
be careful, guys, you don't want to drink too much water. That is insane.
Yeah, so let's do, I guess that's like a useless thing to train, but whatever. Meditate on what you've learned about Longblade. Yeah, sure. Let me go buy a long blade, and then I will have one in each hand, right? Maybe? Here. We'll repair this. I'm sure it needs repairing. And then I'll go buy a longsword. God willing, there's anywhere that sells fucking anything. Champion weaponry. Alright, so direct north. What time is it? Is this nighttime? Can I like not get back in the guild? Okay, let's get into like the morning. You have to drink gallons of water to be overhydrated? Yeah. I can tell you for a fact my dad is never going to be in danger of overhydration.
Yeah.
He would go on bike rides that would be like
Gene Forge 4 foot tall.
he's like taking the Gene Forge remake canisters.
Yeah, right. Go.
The old description was so cool. It was like thin glass, and you just touch it and it just breaks because it's just so thin, and you absorb the fluid. And it was like, oh wow. It seemed so cool. It was like it was you can't open it, like you can't reseal it once it's been opened. It's just like.
Yeah, she drank like 5 gallons of water and she died, huh? Well, all at once, I suppose. But
Yeah,
that wouldn't happen.
he hasn't gone for a bike ride in a long time, now that I think about it. Probably a year or two, but he's used to anyway be like a pretty avid bike rider. He'd ride for like 3 hours and go like really far, like I don't know, like 50 miles or something, right? And oops. What do we got? Broadsword, Silver Claymore, 2 through 18. Sure, looks cool. Yeah, whatever you want to charge, man. Fucking, what am I gonna do? Oh, I can sell stuff to this guy. Wow, that's a nice price. Elven bow. I know I could be selling all this stuff like individually and increasing my mercantile skill more, but I just don't give a shit.
No, I don't blame you.
There's no console commands to change your stats, by the way, but there is a text document that just says like save data, and it just has like your stats in there. You can just type in whatever you want. So that's how I joined the Archaeologist Guild. I just changed my intelligence.
You'd think that when you drink too much water, you just would start vomiting it out at some point.
That is what happens.
Yeah.
But
it's funny to imagine this woman drank 5 gallons of water all at once and then just died.
there was a contest where someone got very sick. This woman got very sick where it was like, hold your wee for a wee. So she like tried to not pee for a contest. And she had to pee super bad, and then she suddenly was like, oh, I don't have to go anymore. And it's like, you should go to the hospital if that's the case. So it was like, I don't know, like leaking into her system or something like that.
Yikers.
And I don't know, I don't think she died, but, you know. Her doctor was not like, wow, that's a very healthy thing to do. So. Let's see. I guess we should call it there.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we had a nice, long and healthy stream. Unlike that woman.
I don't believe she died, but I do think she needed like a kidney transplant or something very extreme. Like,
yeah, that's not a good idea.
But I think it might have been the case that she was on dialysis, but she got a organ transplant. So like it was like very near, like she almost died, but I do believe she did not. But I could be wrong. I do not follow.
Don't follow the pee stories.
Yeah, I don't follow the urinating women stories nearly as closely as a scholar would require.
Sure,
But,
sure.
I do understand that was not a healthy decision.
Oh yeah.
The radio station that held the contest had to pay $16 million in damages to her family. Yeah. They found out from astronauts that drinking nothing but filtered water desalinates through your body and can kill you over time. So, it's not filtered water, that is distilled water, because it has literally nothing in it, right? That will start to, it's the osmosis in your cells will cause them to like burst or something like that. So you start to disintegrate, basically.
That is terrifying.
It's a disintegration you notice, right? It's not like, zoinks, where'd Jimmy go?
Thanos snapped.
I just Thanos snapped myself with distilled water. But yeah.
Oh man. Well, Reaper Book 1, everybody.
Yes.
If you'd like to see the actual canon story of Ichabod, go check it out and buy your copy if you haven't already. So far we got 78 backers.
Whee!
Looking good.
So next time we'll try and rise through the ranks of the Fighters Guild. Now that we understand how, I'll just find a dungeon, kill something like 3 times, and then leave. That last dungeon was really convenient with the bats, tons of bats to chop up. So I'll instead of blunt, I'll do long blade, and then I guess we'll just like waste time for the 28-day mark, and then get promoted again. Because I'm assuming that I'm past the 28-day mark because I've done so many quests. They take a lot of time.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, I had to increase the skills before it even matters. So I think part of it is I haven't used up enough as much time by resting because the regeneration makes you heal super quick. And to me, that seems much better because it feels so cheaty when it's like, oh, I kill one enemy, let me go back into this room and sleep for 8 hours. Like that would as a DM that would drive me crazy. Like the lack of
You're right, just
tension.
falling asleep in the middle of a fight or something.
Yeah. Oh, I never really totally finished that thought. We were talking about the blunderbuss. I don't even know if like Marshall's still around, but oh no, he's around. He's drink gallons and yeah, I see. So the laser blunderbuss and then rushing into melee, that is certainly like thematically attractive because it exists within like Warhammer 40K. That is exactly how the battles work within that tabletop. There is a like magic phase, shooting phase, and melee phase, and like the tactic that's like pretty common, pretty like used is you shoot and then you get a melee attack with the same unit. So some people will just try to shoot like the Tau or something, they'll run away and shoot and stuff. But Space Marines will go into melee, like they'll shoot, then use a chainsword or something like that. So that paradigm does exist within fiction, and it's like it's exciting to some people. And I've noticed that the most dynamic fights are the most interesting, meaning the fights that like evolve what's going on. As far as me running them in Dungeons and Dragons, I have nowhere near enough feedback on like my actual writing to really have a concrete idea whether or not I'm doing things right or wrong, to be honest. But like one of the most successful boss fights I ran was a blue dragon. It was a ruined castle. I had a bunch of random little castle pieces that I used. It was like an in-person session. I had a bunch of random little sections. I put them around. Then they fought the dragon. Dragon uses his like lightning breath. I think it was like a ranged thing. The dragon flew by, and then the people who had ranged attacks could attack him. I had him fight very closer than he needed to, because I knew the range of some people's attacks, and I was like, let me take him close enough that he can get hit with the long range of people's like short range stuff, and then at the short range of people's long range stuff, so that people kind of get a feel for being able to hit him from afar. Like I figured out what the ranges were before, like sneakily, so that I would know so people could feel proud that they had a good long range, and then people could feel proud that had any long range, and people that didn't, whatever. And then when he lands, he flies, he does that, they get a round of attack, and then he lands, he melee attacks, and then someone got a crit or something. I was like, that's a good excuse. So he flees, getting opportunity attacks, right? And then he goes to the tower, and then he's recharging his breath by having lightning strike him at the top of a tower. And then some people had super long range attacks they were able to hit him with, like a longbow, I think someone had. And then they were excited they got the super long range thing to work. Also intentional. I was trying to set them up for that so they could have that advantage. And then he rips off the top of the tower and then throws it, and it becomes a new terrain piece. And then he like lands on one side of the thing, and then it was like people's extra movement was able to get them around the tower or not. And then so every turn I tried to have him do something, attack in a different way, just how I was describing him attacking. The dice didn't really change anything. I wasn't like changing the balance of how the attacks worked. I was like basically keeping the same rough amount of damage that he would normally do if he was just standing there and attacking. But I had him do something sort of different every turn. The fight took way too long. I wasn't very good at corralling people to get them to take their turn very quickly. And normally I'm like quicker on that with D&D because the turns are so long. With Vampires Masquerade, the combat is so rare that it doesn't seem like it super matters. But the Vampires combat does take like 10,000 years because I'm the only one with like dice to roll, so it's like
yeah.
But in like Dungeons and Dragons, you roll it one dice, d20, you add some numbers to it, then tell me the number, I tell you if you hit, then you start rolling damage, and then you can go on to the next person while the damage is getting rolled. Vampires, the damage is so lethal that you can't really move on, because if someone managed to land a hit, it might be dead. Also, you roll to attack, then the other person rolls to dodge, and then you roll for damage, and the other person rolls for resisting the damage with like armor and stuff. So there's like 4 dice rolls per attack, and then you can have like 10 attacks or something. So it's it's super slog, like you're super slog down. That said, celerity is a very fun, exciting power. I do think it's interesting, but it is basically just get like 7 attacks.
Right.
As a power, but
Good stuff.
But yeah, despite the dragon fight taking most of the session, people didn't feel like it lasted that long, and they enjoyed it.
Yeah,
and so
he gave like enough variety for everybody to feel like they contributed.
Yeah, and I basically planned that encounter thinking this is going to be a test of how well dynamic stuff works, and it worked out. So that is all to say, maybe narratively, if you're describing a fight within a book and you had a laser blunderbuss, you had them shoot and then have to go into melee, maybe that is interesting, just because it's dynamic, because it's like changing as the fight goes on. I know certainly, like, working on pirate stuff, the pirate pistol is super interesting thematically, because it's such a like spectacle when a pirate pistol goes off. It's such a powerful thing, and you only have the one per pistol, right? So like that certainly is interesting, like thematically, but yeah, I don't know. And it makes maybe more sense in sci-fi than it does in like modern combat to be like shooting phase then rushing into melee, because you can reload and stuff in modern combat just like you could in sci-fi, but I think in sci-fi it makes a lot more sense to have like super speed exist, and once you're like using a jetpack to jet yourself into melee, all of a sudden it doesn't really make sense to be cover shooting as much as it does to be like, I don't know, advancing fire or something, because the other person's going to close on you. So I don't know, I wonder what melee combat tactics look like once you've got speed like that. Like in Cyberpunk, anyone who has a Kolesnikov thing, who's like moving in super speed, it changes things quite a bit, right? It's like, where should you go? I mean, my thinking is you have a 2-stage defense. You have some people, like, let's say you have a lobby, just your average lobby with an elevator bank behind it. You have people taking cover in the elevators, and then you have someone at the front desk, right? If someone super speed rushes a guy at the front desk, they're going to get shot from the second level of cover. Like, mechanically, from like a gameplay thing, that makes sense to me. But like in real life, you'd be friendly firing like crazy if that was like your plan. So I don't know. I don't really know what the tactic would be if you knew that someone could teleport next to you with a katana. Like, but it's interesting to think about. But if there's no like real way of counterplaying it, then it's not that interesting to hear described. Well, it could be, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, here's to more fun role-playing.
Yeah. Yeah, the distilled water equalizes with your body stealing your salts and minerals. Yep. So, don't drink just distilled water, I guess.
Yeah. Not that anyone normally does that, but
They do sell distilled water sometimes
Of course.
as like a fancy drink, but it's like,
don't drink too much of that.
it's interesting because it's the most purified, right? So you're guaranteed to have no like dangerous chemicals in it, but can't drink it without anything else. Can't drink purely distilled water. So
You're right.
So there's like distilled water that's like mixed with minerals post distillation, which is supposed to be fine. But
Sure.
you know,
Suppose you could choose what kind of minerals goes into your drink. Only get the finest of minerals. Maybe people have a preference.
that's some real like min-maxing. You're like choosing the specific minerals you want.
Yeah.
Some real drink
It's like,
customizing.
What do I need more of in my diet?
If you're drinking distilled water with regular food intake, you'll be fine. Yeah, it's something you don't want to take on a hike, I would imagine. But yeah, in any case, check out
Reaper.
check out Reaper. Like Trisha said, she like wants to turn this into her like kind of main focus, the thing she wants to be drawing and writing.
Would be nice, yes.
So if it is like, you know, popular enough for that, then that would be cool.
Yes. I can't wait to have the book in people's hands so that they can give a thorough review and give their thoughts to the rest of the world. Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, I believe that is a stream.
Yes.
So
Good stream.
Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out. Oh, I guess we never really told the full story of like the katana thing.
Maybe we should save it for another time.
Well, I don't know.
Lock it in.
We were just talking about someone dying of peeing themselves to death or not peeing themselves to death. So, yeah, no. So we'd been dating for like a month or maybe not even a month. I don't think.
It was like within our first year of dating.
Yeah.
It was pretty short.
Yeah, it was like.
So I wasn't really expecting a birthday gift or anything.
It was like maybe 3 days over a month, right? We've been dating, so it was like
maybe something like that.
Yeah. So because I was like talking about buying it and like bitches at the gym giving me advice on my relationship were like, no, don't do that. You'll seem like too needy. And I was like, I don't know, man. I was like, I didn't say this, but I was like, you're a lady who goes in the gym and only tries to make your ass fatter every day.
Just an ass fattening gym horse.
I don't know if I was like thinking like, man, I don't want a girl like you.
Better do the opposite.
So, they did give me some. They have given me some. Those girls did give me some great advice and some whatever. You know, whenever you're taking critiques from people,
take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, because some of it's gonna be good. You know, some of it's gonna be good and some of it's gonna be bad. But anyway, I did get her a present. It was not like super expensive. It was like $35 or something. And it was, like I said, a katana thing, and like, you know, Trisha was a kind of a gloomy doomy, you know, kind of gal, you know, and so like, I don't know, it was like you were like, especially early on, you were much more like kind of a mopey, you know, like
everything is sucky.
Yeah, and so like I was like, oh, I got something for you, and you like, I don't know, you were like didn't, but like, I don't know, you didn't like believe me or something, and I was like, no, I did, I got you a present.
It's like, oh my god, someone cares about me.
Trisha was all like, meow, meow, meow. She's like, whatever the sad version of a sundry is. It's like, so I like.
It's not like I'm happy or anything.
Yeah. So I set it up in my trunk on this like shitty stand they gave. Right, that came with it, all for $35 is like some garbage stand and some garbage katana, and like I like set it up on a little stand and like cleaned out my trunk. Oh man, I cleaned my car so good, like like when we first started dating, and then never again.
Yeah, I remember thinking to myself, man, he has a really clean car.
Yeah, and like
that illusion was shattered.
It was. Let me tell you, it was such a fucking pain because like. My family will like sometimes just be like, oh, everything's fine, and I'm like, we don't have a vacuum, we don't own a vacuum, this vacuum doesn't work.
I purchased a dustbuster for Adam.
Yeah, and like my parents are like, no, it's fine, and I suck stuff up, and then I just like and then I like turn it off, and then all the stuff just comes right out of the vacuum, and then they're like, oh, but you have to turn it up after you're done vacuuming, and I'm like, That's not a vacuum. Suck it up and it stays.
Yeah.
And then like also most of the stuff didn't get sucked up, and they're like, oh well, you know, a vacuum can't pick up everything. And it's like, yes it can. Will vacuum pick up everything? So I'm like trying to clean out my car with a vacuum, not working, right? So I'm literally on my hands and knees, like picking up every tiny little speck of whatever, and then like, and I'm like, oh, I was like, oh yeah, I'll drive, you know, and she's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then Trish gets in my car, and she's like, and you're like, oh wow, it's and you're like, oh, thank you, yeah. Oh, I don't know anything about that. Yeah. Oh wow, yeah. Oh, you think so? Oh, just playing cool, whatever. So anyway, I also cleaned out my trunk for this occasion, and then had there, and Trisha was so happy. I've never seen her so happy for a present.
You've seen me happy before.
I think your level of standard happiness has increased.
Of course.
So now it's like, you know.
Now I'm just always happy.
Yeah, so it's like I'm never gonna get as excited of a reaction to a present because it's never gonna be like you're never gonna be as depressed of a mopey dopey and then get a katana. So, but it's fine.
Catch me on an off day to give me a present.
No, yeah. Like at the longer I've been with you, the your standard level of like mood has just gone up. Like you're yeah. So it's never gonna be, which is a good thing. But it was super exciting to see Trisha's big fucking smile when she sees her shitty katana, and I was like, it's not like a good katana, but you know whatever. I was like, I didn't want to like pretend it was some Master Seal katana. I was like, oh, it's just a hanger or whatever. But you know, you should know what a hanger was, but that's it's a very like sword nerd term is a hanger, but it's like a wall hanger.
Yeah, I was just excited to be a weeb with a katana.
Yeah. And then Trisha was like very soon after, like, oh man, we should cut stuff with the katana. I was like, listen, that's not gonna it's not gonna go well. The katana's like
it's not meant to be cut with.
Yeah, because it's most certainly not a full tang katana. You can feel it when you pick it up. You could feel they didn't put much of the blade at all into the handle. It's glued on. Whereas like a normal sword, the blade part, like this one solid piece, extends into the handle and it just isn't sharp in the handle. And they put a grip over the handle,
so that it doesn't hurt your hands.
Right, but that wastes metal if you're just trying to make something that can go on the wall.
In your eyes, you have never topped giving me the katana, but I don't think I've ever topped the potion lamp either, so
perhaps
I think we're kind of even.
Yeah, but that's okay.
And those are both our first gifts to each other.
Yeah, that was so funny. I had to convince Trisha that it was like, but it was so pathetic why it meant so much that I couldn't even like explain fully. I was like, nah, this is too early for her to know how like pathetic I am. But I was like, I love this. I have it right here.
Yeah, you have it on your desk.
It's covered in dust.
Yeah.
It's not plugged in.
We never use it, but it's a nice decoration.
Yeah. It doesn't even need an app to run it. It's crazy.
Oh my god, yeah. Nowadays, I guess it would.
Switchblades aren't illegal where I live, and I got my niece one. She carries it everywhere. That's a good uncle.
Hell yeah.
Setting her up with blades.
Protection.
Yeah.
Alright, well, it's almost 1 a.m., so let's just say goodnight. Thank you for tuning in to another Game Fan stream.
Yeah, thank you so much.
We had fun, and I hope we reach our goal on Reaper soon.
How are we doing?
Let's see, we're 59% of the way.
Yeah, so thanks for hanging out, guys. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed. Oh.
Yeah.
I wish I could buy a flashlight that only turns on and off. I have a flashlight, actually. I know this is a weird flex, but I have a flashlight that turns on and off.
That's crazy, man.
What the fuck is it called? It's a T1100.
It's such a
Tack
complicated...
light? The company's name is Tack Light.
Well, it does more than just turn on and off.
Does it?
Yeah, you can also, like, stretch it
Oh,
out.
yeah, it has a little, like, telescope thing to narrow it, but it does just turn on and off. Oh, no, it doesn't.
Also, like,
no,
the idea of, like, Yeah, it flashes and
It's
it's tactical, so you can break windows with it.
okay. So if you just turn it on and off, it does turn on and off. But if you double tap it, it'll strobe. So it's not bad, not too bad. But anyway.
Anyway, good night, everybody.
Yeah. Good